everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. 27 points, 5 rebounds. Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard, and like always, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the all new Pelicans Flock Report. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed, man. I really appreciate y'all, and as long as y'all keep subscribing, I'm gonna keep bringing y'all this content. Now, the Pelicans have played about 4 games during the summer league, and obviously the Pelicans lost on yesterday against the Cleveland Cavaliers 77-82 in a really good game. In my opinion, I felt like the Pelicans played really well during summer league, and especially during that game I felt like they were really aggressive on the defensive side. I felt like they played together. They worked hard to try to chip their way back into the game, but ultimately, I just think that the Cavaliers just played a little bit better defensively, especially in the second half. I feel like they really locked the Pelicans up on the defensive end, and they started to get going. They started making shots, and I think the Pelicans just weren't able to get back in the game after the Cleveland Cavaliers started to turn up on the defensive end and knock down some shots. And ultimately, I just feel like that was the reason for the Pelicans losing the game. Now, so far during summer league, it's a lot of things that I've seen so far, and to me, I feel right now that the biggest storyline, in my opinion, is God Sham God and the job he's done coaching this young team. Now, obviously, I spoke highly about God Sham God. I have a video on my channel about God Sham God and the impact that I feel God Sham God is gonna have on this Pelicans team, just with his knowledge and his way to be able to communicate with these young players, getting guys to buy in. I think God Sham God has a really good reputation around the NBA, and I feel like he's definitely going to help this team out a whole lot. And obviously, it's showing, especially with his performance during the summer league. You know, getting these guys to buy into playing defense, playing hard, playing for one another, and you know, just getting these guys to play hard, man. I feel like at some point, God Sham God is definitely going to have an opportunity to become a head coach in the NBA, especially based off of his performance during summer league, in my opinion. Um, Now, obviously, so far, I would say the standout performances for me, I gotta go with Marquise Noel. I feel like Marquise Noel has been playing really well for us during summer league, and it's like I said earlier when I mentioned Marquise in a previous video. You know, I really thought by now Marquise would be on the NBA roster, especially with the way he played during his time at Kansas State. I feel like he's always been a really good player. I feel like he just hasn't found a home just yet in the NBA, but I feel like at some point Marquise is gonna find a home. I feel like this kid has a lot of game. You know, he's a little undersized though. You know, he's a shorter point guard, but I feel like he defends well. He's a good playmaker. He can shoot it really well, and he just plays hard, man, on every possession, man, defensively and offensively. So I like guys like that, man. I like guys that play hard and they gonna give it everything they got, man, on every possession. So Marquise Noel for me is definitely a standout performer at the moment right now. Besides Marquise, of course, we all know Kobe Buffkin has been performing well during the summer league. Obviously, his first game having 30 points. He had 19 in the second game. In the third game, I think he had 15. So I feel like he's been performing really well. I think, in my opinion, he's been probably the talk of the summer league as far as we go, the Pelicans. Uh, and a lot of people feel like the Pelicans maybe need to sign Kobe. Um, Obviously, me, in my opinion, I feel like Kobe is good on the offensive side of basketball, but I just feel like I haven't really saw enough from Kobe on the defensive end, and that's the thing. Like I'm cool with him being able to score points, but I definitely want to see more from him on the defensive side of the basketball. And obviously, playing for a head coach like Jamahl Mosley, he's definitely gonna want somebody that's gonna be able to defend. And so far, I just feel like I haven't saw enough from Kobe on the defensive end. Some may feel like we need to sign him to a two-way contract. Me personally, you know, I feel like eventually, excuse me, Kobe's gonna um get an NBA contract somewhere. I'm just not sure where, but I don't know if the Pelicans need to sign Kobe, man. That's just my opinion, though. Some may feel different. Um, Besides Kobe Buffkin, I gotta go with Hunter Dickinson, man. I really like what I seen from the big man thus far, man, during the summer league. Especially the way that he's able to space the floor. That's one of the biggest things that I think I really like about Hunter, man. The fact that he can space the floor. He's a really good shooter. He's a good rebounder. My only knock towards Hunter, like I said in previous videos, is that he's not really a good rim protector. He's not really a good defender in the paint. And I feel like that's gonna be the huge make or break for Hunter Dickinson is can he become a better defender? Because it's like I said, it's almost kind of like Kobe Buffkin's situation. It's like, you know, he's good offensively, but he has to become a better defender, especially playing for Jamal Moses. So I think that's kind of the same situation with both of these players is they're gonna have to become better defenders. And I feel like Hunter can get there. Obviously, he's not really the most athletic guy. He's not really, jumping out the gym, but I really feel like he can be a better defender in the paint and at least try to protect the rim a little bit better. It's times on defense where, Hunter just puts his hands up and he's not really going for the ball. He just putting his hands up, but guys are still scoring on him. And I feel like when you have that type of height and size, I just feel like, you should be able to give a little bit better effort on protecting the rim. That's just my opinion. Um, who raised their stock? Obviously, I think most people who've been watching um, this podcast, man, a lot of people know I've been talking really high about this guy, man, Malik Deal. I really feel like this kid has improved his stock. And if the Pelicans decide not to sign Malik Deal, I think it's gonna be a team somewhere in the league that's gonna end up signing this kid, man. He just has a lot of game. I feel like he's not the best defender just yet. He's a good defender, but he's not the best. I feel like he definitely has to get a little bit better as well. But as far as overall game, just being able to do a little bit of everything, I feel like Malik Dear has a lot of potential, man. He can rebound it. He can shoot inside, mid range. Um, he can go downhill. I feel like he can do a little bit of everything. And my personal opinion, I feel like if the Pelicans are going to sign anyone from this summer league roster, I feel like Malik Dear needs to be the guy. If we can sign Malik Dear to a two-way contract and bring him to the G League, the squadron, and allow him to continue developing his game and getting better, I feel like at some point Malik Dear is going to be a really good player, man. And I feel like he would definitely help us out a whole lot, especially with rebounding the basketball, because Dia is a pretty good rebounder. So I'm definitely looking to see if the Pelicans are going to sign Malik Dia, man. I feel like they really need to sign this kid. This would be my pick, for the Pelicans to sign if they happen to sign someone from the Summer League. Who has more work to do? Obviously, like I said, well, obviously, I would say uh, Solomon Washington. I feel like I haven't really seen a whole lot from Solomon Washington. Obviously, he didn't really play that many minutes throughout the summer league, but I feel like the minutes that he did play, I kind of was looking for him to do a little bit more, especially on the offensive side of basketball. I felt like he did a great job playmaking, rebounding, scoring when he needed to. But I just was kind of expecting a little bit more from Solomon Washington. So I definitely feel like he's definitely going to have to put in a little bit more work to make an NBA roster. He may have to go to the G League for a little bit and continue working on his game and developing. But I kind of was expecting to see a little bit more from Solomon, man. I'm gonna be honest. Besides Solomon, of course, like I said earlier, Hunter Dickinson, feel like Hunter Dickinson is still going to have to become a better defender. I'm looking to see if he's going to be able to work on that part of his game because I feel like if he can do that, I feel like he has a legitimate chance to make the Pelicans roster just because he can space that floor, man, and shoot that three ball. And that's huge, especially for the Pelicans because you need good spacing when you have guys like Zion Williamson and such that are looking to penetrate the lane. You know, you need that floor spacing. So when you have a guy that can knock down that three pointer, you know, that's always huge, especially a big man. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Hunter could do, man. Obviously, my personal pick um to make the roster, I would say, um, as far as the team roster, I think I would like to see Hunter Dickinson make the roster, man. I just really feel like Hunter Dickinson could help us out a lot. I'm not saying that he has to play, 30 minutes per game, but I would say if he can just give us, I don't know, 15 minutes a game or whatever it may be, whatever Mosley might feel, I feel like he could definitely help us, especially with that floor spacing and being a big body down low in the paint that can kind of alter some shots at times. I think he would definitely help us out. Um, that's just me, you know. But so far, man, that's just my assessment so far from what I see from the summer league, man, and things that I can say I've taken away thus far. Obviously, like I said earlier, we're still kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with the Pelicans. Making the tournament and having an opportunity to perform for the summer league championship. So we'll see what happens with that, man. And hopefully, um, the Pelicans can kind of get it together a little bit, man, and maybe compete a little bit harder than they have in these last four games, man. Because I feel like at this point right now, I feel like God Sham God really has this Pelicans team on the same page, and he's got them buying into what he's trying to do and the way that he wants them to play to be able to win games. So, we'll see what happens, man. But like always, man, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. I'm your host, D. Broussard, Pelicans Flock Report. You don't want to miss it, man. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed. I appreciate y'all. And that's it for me, man. I'm out. Go Pel.